So you're watching Sitting in Traffic with Charles. You see, as you can see, I'm sitting in a lot of damn traffic. So check this out, y'all. So I'm doing this little ride share shit, right? And I pick up these guys from downtown LA. You know, they were some young dudes, Asian cats. You know, they're pretty cool. You know. Anyway, they had to be probably about maybe late teens, maybe early 20s, around about young guys. So I had my windows down. This is a beautiful day out here in Los Angeles. So I had my windows down, and you know, sometimes I have the air on, but I had the windows down. So the air was blowing back on the guys in the back seat, right? Two dudes, two young cats. So one of them taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey man, excuse me, sir, can you roll the windows up and cut the air conditioning up? The air conditioner on? The air from the wind is hurting." I said, "You're saying that the air hurts from the window?" He's like, "Yeah. Can you turn the AC on, please?" I was like, "Are you freaking..." The air that was blowing on them from the car, from outside, was hurting their skin. Listen to what I'm saying. The air from outside blowing out of the car was hurting them. These are young. These ain't no old, frail men. These are young. I gotta say, looking at them, they probably late teens, early 20s. These are young men. Young, you know, at the age where you can eat bricks. This dude said that the air was hurting them from blowing on them from outside. I said, we are in trouble. The young cats now are weak as hell, dude. I was like, oh my God. When he told me that, I was like, he's serious. I looked, I was like, he's serious. I thought he was playing. You know, these young guys. You know, he dead air from this blowing them was hurting them. I was like, oh my God, we are in trouble. You know, they always have said that each generation of men, as society gets better, from the strong men making it easier on everybody, that the men that come after them are going to be weaker because society gets more and more easier. The men get weaker, and I'm starting to realize that is definitely right, because we used to love to have the air blowing on us when we were little kids. These are young adult men talking about the air hurts. The air is hurting my skin, sir. From the window, it wasn't like it was sandy outside. It was, you know, I can see it was now that does hurt. You somewhere in the desert. I've been in the desert before, and in a sandstorm, and that wind hitting that sand. Now I can understand it gets in your eyes, and, you know. But it's sunny now. It's just regular wind breeze blowing through the LA, California weather that's out here. That's beautiful. And I had the windows down. He said that the air was hurting. Can you turn the AC on? So this is a generation that if they didn't have AC, they probably would melt. I thought that was the weirdest thing. Homeboy said, young man said that, "Can you roll the window up, sir, because the air hurts?" I had to repeat it back to him to make sure that that's what he really said. Like, you know you're talking to a man, right? Like, you should never let another man know that you think that the air hurts you from outside when it blows on you. I didn't expect that from a girl. Even a girl wouldn't say that. Now I see why. I read this article and they said that 31% of people, they said that the young people now aren't having intercourse anymore. You know, we were trying to bang everything that moved. And we was in our late teens and 20s. I mean, in our early 20s. But they said that the young generation now they're not having intercourse. They said it's went down. They said dating and everything, as far as, you know, intercourse amongst young people, is down 30. I think it said 33% or some shit like that, which they haven't seen that in years, since like the 50s and 60s. You know, back in your grandma days, people, you know, they would call it courting. You got to take out on a date. That was they was banging back then. You know, in the 60s and the 70s. You know what I'm saying? But in the 50s, that was the lowest they've seen this drop since That's because the men are girls now. No girl want to have young girl have intercourse with a young girl. That's just like that's talking about the air hurts. The air hurts. I want, but you know, they was, you know, They probably wouldn't have got my humor if I would have. If they would have been American, I probably would have jumped on it. But they was Asian. They probably would have thought I was trying to insult them. They especially these, and they real sensitive. These young people nowadays are real sensitive. They probably would have called whoever, the drive company I work for and been like, oh, he made us feel bad because he said that we should. I was gonna say, man, what y'all want, a bib now? Y'all want a blankie? Y'all want a blankie and a pacifier? The air hurts. Y'all gotta toughen up, y'all young people, y'all, especially y'all young men. Jesus Christ, the air hurts. Oh my God, the '90s generation teenagers that I came up under around at the age, we would have punked the hell out of this generation of teenagers and young people. Jesus Christ, the air hurts. That was in my head for a while. I said, he was dead serious. Homeboy said that the air. Can you roll the window up, sir? Because the air is hurting us. Like the breeze. So if you got into a fist fight, if somebody threw a punch at you, you probably would croak. If the air is hurting you, don't get into no fight with nobody or a snap box or wrestle. You'll probably break. You ever seen that movie with Samuel L. Jackson? Well, the thing was called I forgot the name of the movie. But they called him Mr. Glass because he was really frail. That's how this generation is of young cats are. Now they're Mr. Glass. the air hurts. Oh my God, that was Jesus. What is the world coming to? My God.